Good evening everyone. If you don't know, you should know. My name is Rameez Khan and I am a filmmaker and a film critic, and today's film is The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is the latest film to hit theaters. While it is a completely unnecessary film and devoid of any deeper meaning, it is a vastly entertaining film with a traditionally told narrative. It is a story based off a book written by Rudyard Kipling. I hope I pronounced that right. This is also the second time this film has been adapted, this time into a live action film. The first time was in the 60s in an animation. It tells the story of an Indian kid named Mowgli and his adaptation into the jungle life of India. Now let's get to the good. The CGI of this film is really good, although it looks like CGI. Is this like a new trend now that CGI is gonna look like CGI? The point of computer-generated imagery was so it doesn't look like computer-generated imagery. This film is more in the realm of Avatar than it would be Mad Max or Titanic, but I'm getting off track. We're talking about the good stuff, so the CGI is really good. What else is good? Idris Elba's performance as the villain of the film Shere Khan is absolutely fantastic and terrifying. It feels like the guy actually gave a crap when he was in the sound booth recording his dialogue. He rightfully brings the character of Shere Khan into a heavyweight character. What else is good? The ecosystem and the world the jungle is set in is really good. It feels real because it feels lived in. Now let's talk about the bad. The kid who plays Mowgli. Now it's really hard to fault anyone over here, but I'm just convinced that Hollywood doesn't know how to direct or write for little kid characters. The last good film I saw with good kid acting was Cop Car, and I'm convinced there's only a few directors who can pull off having a kid in a film, such as Spielberg being one of them. I mean, it's understandable. This script was obviously written by a grown-up, and grown-ups write grown-up characters better than they write kid characters. It's understandable why kids are so off-putting in films nowadays. But anyway, let's just talk about this kid. Not only is the performance weak, but the character is rather unbelievable as well. He's just a bit too perfect in almost everything. I mean, he can do a bunch of incredible shit. There's a scene where he latches onto a buffalo in the middle of a stampede. I don't know what animal it was, but in the middle of a stampede, he just latches onto it. But I guess that's the story they're telling. But even though it's the story, the performance kinda takes you out of the story and the world. It's funny, the CGI characters, the animals who are obviously CGI, feel more real than the real character. I think this is one of those times where a change to the source material might have actually helped the film. If they made Mowgli an older character, I think it would have been a bit more realistic and easy to believe that this character is doing all these crazy things. But then there's the complaint that it would be too much like Tarzan, and no one wants to see a live-action Tarzan film. That's happening. Oh, okay. See, even though this is a completely unnecessary film, I cannot stress hard enough how no one asked for this film. No one. At least Jon Favreau really cares about the source material, and he does a fine job directing this film. He places the camera in interesting positions. The comic relief characters aren't just comic relief and background characters, they actually factor into the story. Bill Murray's Baloo is very warm and inviting, and so is Christopher Walken's orangutan, King Louie. Yes, Christopher Walken plays a giant orangutan named King Louie. That is worth the admission price in my opinion. And finally, the third act of the film is really badass. The cinematography is great. It captures the greatness, the awe of the jungle and the perils of the jungle really well. And all in all, it's a completely inoffensive film. It's hard to justify this film's existence, but it's equally hard to deny how entertaining this film is as well. Apart from the CGI and weak main character, this film is worth your time. It's an entertaining 90 minutes. It's tightly edited, and even though it won't leave a mark on you, it's escapism at its finest. Go see this film because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see stuff that isn't gloomy, dour, and dark. I'm going to give The Jungle Book a final score of 4 out of 5. Wow, I wasn't expecting to give this film that high of a score. I was completely uninterested in this film, but thank you so much for watching, people. Remember to hit that free subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it among your friends as well, if you agree with me, of course. Thank you so much for watching. I will be seeing you soon. I am reviewing Daredevil Season 2 right after this, and then The Wire Season 4. So, stay tuned, people. Thank you so much for watching once again. Remember to love yourselves.